what it is. It is Yo Girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Light Prison Wife. I am the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping, because you know you got to hold your breath for justice, girl. To see justice before all face to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, coming through today, November the 27th, 2024. I'm coming through to finish the topic that I started yesterday. Around this time, I was specifically talking to my prison wives at that time. But I said that I would expand upon this topic on a live over here, which it those videos gave me so much trouble. I couldn't even get those out. So this is a continuation, but this is just overall. It's not just dealing with prison wives. Okay. So the topic was comparison is the thief of joy, of hope, and of peace. My contact is really bothering me. I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me. Of peace and etc. So, comparison is the thief of joy, hope, peace, etc. Okay, so the reason I know this is because I feel like all my life I've had to compete. For real, I've had to compete. Mainly because I am the last pick. I'm overlooked. I'm darn near invisible. Do I even exist, right? The only thing that makes me know I exist, I guess, is myself. If it were left to others, I wouldn't even be here. I'm invisible, right? And on my chosen one channel, I wanted to start doing well. Okay, so not really saying that I'm chosen like that because I'm trying to even figure everything out, right? But I actually relate to a lot of the content that is on Chosen One, so that's what I'm saying. But on that channel, I've always been overlooked. So if you, I don't care what you do, you're invisible. Just like growing up, I was always invisible until I did something wrong, right? So to be able to be seen, what do you have to do? I had to compete with my siblings. I had to try to be the best behaved. Though I never got nothing for that. Still got in trouble even when they did it. And they were the ones doing wrong. So no matter how good I tried to be, which is a competition, you're trying to, outdo yourself even trying to be good, but you don't get any recognition for it, right? On my job currently, like I do my best. I have so much friction. The folks on my job just don't like me because I'm disabled. Like, that is literally when you boil it down, peel it back, it is because I'm disabled and I cannot do the area that they don't want to do all the time. Because that's what I was doing for the last couple of years. Manning the one position they didn't want to so that they can be free to do whatever else they wanted to do, right? Because that stuff started to hurt my hands and I could not do it all the time. I never said I would never do it. I try to help them out. Oh, I try to help them out. But I don't want to be taken advantage of. They get mad. So they don't like me because of that. So I do the best job that I can to show my employers that, hey, I'm still working. I'm still getting the job done. Though I have disabilities, I'm trying to work around those things, but I'm still trying to be a viable part of the team, and it still feels like it's invisible. You're overlooked. The person that barely works gets all the accolades, they get the recognition, they get the pats on the back. Not that you really need that, but I don't know. You just don't get seen, so you try harder. So this is how we actually compete within life, right? Real competition. It's not that we're just saying, "Hey, I see that person over there, and I can outdo you. I bet you I can." It's not like that. I'm breaking down the ways that the competition happens in real life, right? And then when it comes around for um, different what do you call the promotions, you know they're gonna choose the ones that are playing around. You know they're gonna choose the ones that are hardly doing what they should be doing. That's just how it is. I don't know why we are like that as humans. We love almost the bad and we hate the good. That's how it is. I remember telling my mama, asking my mama a long time ago when I was a kid, I was like, man, ma, it feel like this world is in like reverse. Like what's good is bad and what's bad is good. So the gooder I actually try to become, it's actually the badder I am. That's why I get so much bad back the more I try to be good. And no, it makes no sense, but it does make sense because it's flipped backwards in reverse. Um, with doing with relationships, with family, you try to be the best family member you can. I try to be the best mother, the best wife I could be. I try to be the best sibling. I try to be the best auntie, the best mother, the best. And it feels like the more you do for people. Like I genuinely go out of my way and don't even forget the best cousin. I've tried to be the best anything. Whatever I am to you, I've always tried to give you my best. I don't give you my leftover. I give you my best. Even if it was friend, best student. I try to give you my best, the best worker, the best co-worker. I always try to do my best by everybody. I feel really bad. I scrutinize myself all the time. Hey, did I treat that person correctly? Like, could I have been a little bit nicer? And y'all, it's crazy because I'm the nicest person you ever finna meet. I'm the most genuine, kindest, gentlest person you're ever gonna meet. But I'm still always, wait, was I nice enough to that person? Oh my gosh, did I say that rude? I didn't mean that like that. And they be like, girl, I didn't even take it any type of way. Like I literally over overthink, over criticize how um, I'm affecting somebody. But guess what? It's most part unseen, for the most part unseen. And people are never recognize all the things you do, all the sacrifices you made in your life to try to help these people close to you. And they just act as though you hardly did anything. So they discount your genuine love, your genuine actions of love, right? They discount it. So you're trying to be even better. Okay, how could I be a better sister, daughter, mother? And it's like no matter how good, that's that competition. You may not be competing with the next person, but you're competing against yourself to be better and better and better and better. And still, it's never seen. Um, Within when I was doing music, I remember I was out there, I was grinding, I was working on my raps, I was good. I was really good in that time frame. I know they done changed all the rap, hip hop and this and that, everything done changed, so people gonna criticize me because I don't really, I never rapped the way they actually rapped, I was always different and wanted to stand out. But because I'm completely different now, because the whole generation has shifted, people will critique you according to how music is now, which is really not the same. But I was really good. I was really good. And I didn't even feel like I was good until so many people kept coming up to me and saying, wow, your music is good. It is so good. I had grown men come in telling me that they listened to my album and they cried. And it was like the best I tried to be, the more I worked on my appearance, the more I worked on my stage presence, the more I worked on my verses, the more I worked on my presentation, the more I worked on, y'all know I was the wow factor. Like I was always trying to come up with some type of like gimmicky thing that could just catch people's attention. And the more I did that, the more heads I turned, the more it was like the more I was ignored. So that's again that competition, trying to compete against yourself, trying to be better and better and better. And then not only that, in the music industry, you got to compete against everybody else. And then when you're a female, you definitely got to compete because they really don't want to let but one female in at a time. And if you are a female, they want you to be patterned after the female rapper blueprint. Basically, you have to fit into this mold and you have to be that girl. If you're not that girl, then you won't be heard. And then here's another girl that come along, maybe her lyrics ain't as good. She may not even be writing her own lyrics. She ain't doing all the stuff you doing, but yet they say, come on, girl, who ain't hardly doing nothing. Let's bring you on to the front. And you're like, okay, hold on, I don't get this. Like, where's my chance? What happened? What happened? It's like it automatically puts you in competition mode when they make it so scarce that you can't hardly make it. Everybody's gonna automatically competing for that spot, but you could be putting in the hardest of work. I remember one time, like everybody knew me when I was out there grinding, out there doing my music. And I remember they had this showcase, and I was an artist too, but nobody, not one person said, hey, Cat, like you an artist. You want to perform with us? They didn't do that. I have always been the one that not only gets out there and promote my stuff. When I see you promoting something, I actually get behind you. I help you. That's genuinely from my heart. When it was tangible, when it was demos, I used to listen to I would pop every demo given to me into my CD player and I would play it and I would literally listen to it because that's what I wanted people to do to mine. But guess what they did to mine? They threw mine to the side. Nobody ever gave me the genuineness that I give back to them. So it caused you to compete. Like, okay, so why I'm not getting the 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 slots to perform? Why nobody paying no attention to me? Why my music ain't getting the plays like that? I know it's good. Like literally many people have told me it's good. Like why can't I be heard? And it'll put you in that competition mode. And it'll make you feel, it made me feel like my work was just not good enough. Let's go over to the art field. I cannot get my art to take off for no thing in the world. Nothing. No thing in the world. And even against artists, other artists. Like I remember this one art show where I was invited to, I think it was called Jazz in the Hills or something. I was invited to make artwork And I didn't quite have the easel and things like that. Like when you at galleries, like it's kind of bougie, right? People were sitting freaking chicken plates on my artwork. And I'm like, I was already set up all the way in the back. Not many people even wandered back there to see me. Um, and I was like, why am I always the lowest of in every area or every arena that I'm in? I'm always at the bottom. I'm always overlooked. I'm always pushed to the back. Hey, you get back. And then we'll pull this other person forward that doesn't have what you have. And it causes you to, it does put you in competition mode. It does put you in comparison because you're like, well, God, dog, what's wrong with me? Because you want to fix yourself so that you can be one of the people that are chosen for this and this and this. But it just never happens. Social media, I'm thinking they made social media just so we could stay in competition. Almost like those Squid Games. Did you watch that? Girl, you see how these people were really competing. They know that we would go head to head when you make something scarce. When you make something so social media, right? Controls almost everything. You see everybody on social media. Your business. Sometimes you can't get your business to jump off until you have a social media presence. When I went to graphic design school, they really just they outed my joy when the teacher got up and told me, and we was halfway done with graphic design school, when she told me, you know what, it doesn't matter how, she told the class, I'm sorry, not just me, it doesn't matter how good of a graphic designer you are, it's about who you know. And I'm like, God dog it, if I knew that, I wouldn't even went after this, because this is about who I know again. Ain't nobody trying to know me. Ain't nobody trying to get to know me. So now again, it's about who I know. You could be the excellent graphic designer, or you could be the excellent artist or the excellent music artist, but if people don't know you, you will not be heard, seen, or anything. So it again goes back to that competition. You got to figure out how to get yourself in front of people, just to be seen. So that's why we stay in competition mode. Now, competition mode for those that are winning in social media, I had to do that because I was trying to break my husband's wrongful conviction story. And there's literally, what other way could I do it? The legal game ain't even really legal and just. Um, and I was told, really, the only way you're going to do it is to break his story. Okay, so where do I break his story? There's nowhere to break it but online. Like, how do you break it any other way? Right? So I get on these social medias, compete with all these other people putting out content. Sometimes it feels like I work harder on my content and I can't hardly grow. Sometimes it feels like I put way more time into my content, but I still can't get it. Like I've seen many people just throw stuff online and just boop, they're monetized. And you really like, huh? How? I literally been, I don't, and it makes you discount everything that you have done, all the hard work you've done. It makes it feel to you that it's in vain because you worked so hard to not get what someone barely lift their finger to get. It's just like I give this example about Soldier Boy. Um, he got on MySpace. He had a little scheme where he kind of flipped the songs that were being put out. He would name his stuff something else that was hot. and people be looking for that, and then here they go, this Soldier Boy again. Hold on, how many times we gonna see this Soldier Boy? So he got himself in front of a lot of people. It worked. He got signed. He made music. He, led the whole musical dream. That's what I was going after, right? But it worked for him. Now, to him, he's at the top of the competition, right? Because whatever he did to compete worked, and it was fairly quickly, because he was a child. He didn't, back before social media. Honestly, most musical artists took about 10 good years to get famous. I used to study and keep track of how long everybody took to finally, from starting their career to breakthrough. Like Alicia Keys, it took her 10 good years to get finally to come out with Falling, right? But she had been out 10 years prior. So it used to be like a good 10 years. He had the scheme, put this music out, and boom, it took off. And I'm like, that has to reiterate in his mind that, whoa, hold on. Whatever I do can work. It's going to positively reinforce him. But now, say me, that have been trying since MySpace. I have literally been trying since MySpace. Do you know how long ago that was? That is almost, what, 19 years ago? MySpace, 2006. Trying to build a community. I have never been able to build a following. I get a few people here and there, and I'm so grateful for the few that I get, but I work so hard for you few. I worked, I've put in so much time for you few. I really have. And it still hasn't worked, right? But here's Soldier Boy. Now we're comparing again. Comparing again, right? Soldier Boy tries and it works. I try and 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 try try and it still doesn't work. You gonna sit back and be like, dang. So now what's wrong with me? That's the first thing you're gonna. What's wrong with my art? Maybe my music ain't good enough. Maybe my voice. I look at my face. I didn't. My eyebrows a mess. My hair ain't good enough. I'm just not good enough. Like this is why I'm not making it. I'm just not good enough, and it starts to really just get to the point where you want to just. It self sabotages you. Like in the first video, I was talking about prison wives and comparing. And with prison wives, the way you compare is the time. Like you seeing everybody coming home but your loved one. I've seen even people, oh my God. Someone that had over 200 something years, I've seen their husband come home. I've seen people that had life, juvenile lifers and stuff like that, get their cases overturned. And it's beautiful. I'm not saying I don't want y'all to come home. I ain't even saying that. But it's gonna take you aback and make you think, but so then what's wrong? Why is it not happening for me? It's like it's gonna automatically put you in that comparison mode. But that is where God is dealing with me in comparison mode. It's very hard to not compare and not to look around. The easiest way to not compare is keep your face down on your tests. You remember when we used to take them tests when we was in high school and stuff, and you had to have your head down. You couldn't you look over to the side. The teacher think you're cheating. That's real. We gotta learn to stop looking to the side. Don't look at that. Even on YouTube, I was like, but God, how that person, they just came from nowhere, and now they monetizing, they past monetizing, now they doing it. I've been on not MySpace. I've been on YouTube since YouTube started. I've been on this channel for over 10 years. I still ain't monetized. Like, girl, it will make you compare. But as I'm comparing, I am now discounting all the hard work I've done. I'm no longer joyful because now I'm in a why not me state, which I can't blame you for being there, but I guess we ain't gonna prosper there. So we got to move forward. But yeah, so this is something I'm dealing with. Comparing. I think society wants to make us compare with one another so that it'll keep us stagnant. It'll keep us. It does depress a lot of people. There's so many people going through depression just by social media. And a lot of it is lies. Lies they tell because people aren't putting their true lives on social media. They're putting what they used to call like Instagrammable lives, like just the perfect, the reels, the most perfectionist part of their lives on there, and you're comparing your actual true life to theirs, right? Just like celebrities, they make you think it's all perfect, all 100% good, and it may not be. Now you see all these celebrities coming back talking about how what they really went through, but they fed us the story that their lives was just perfect. It was like a paradise, and we were wishing we could be those people, not knowing that those people probably actually wish they could be us, right? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead on and go. Talk to y'all later. Don't know if that made any sense, but I said I was going to do the video, so I had to do it. All right, here's your girl Cadillac.